He did. He would wash it and put it
Yeah.
back on.
This week on That Car Show, we talk about Ryan's recent experiences driving what he says is the best car he's ever driven. We also talk about Lindsey's experiences at the valet. Always check how many toes your valet driver has. I talk a little bit about being a victim of crime. We then rave for a little while about the Gymkhana video. The latest Gymkhana video is out of this world. So we talk about that in a little bit of detail. When was peak Mercedes? We have 3 different views and 3 great perspectives. So we'll talk about that for a little bit. Secret Santa, it's that time of year where sharing is caring. We go on to Drake Motors' website and pick out a car for each of us. Some usual predictions, but also a couple of surprises. White elephants, it's a new thing to me. We don't have that in the UK. But did you get a dashboard Jesus? Those gifts and many more in the White Elephants conversation. And finally, we announced the winner of the latest book competition, where a lucky winner has won a copy of the Ride book. All that and a whole lot more on this week's That Car Show.
Oh, hey.
Merry Christmas.
You are my spirit animal.
Welcome to this week's episode of That Car Show. And those that can't see, we have a Grinch.
We do.
I'm done with that. Let's,
I was going to say, if you do the entire show in that mask, I was going to be impressed. That's a commitment.
I've got some sort of fake hair in my mouth now.
It's called Grinch fur,
Grinch
obviously.
fur. Munching on Grinch carpets.
And we're off and running.
Are we PG-13 or what?
We're going to end the year on a bang.
Yeah. Anyway, welcome to this week's crew show. The crew are in festive spirit as we start to see in the Christmas holiday period. How are you guys doing?
Great. I feel like the end of the year is just like full speed ahead. It'll be here before we know it. How about you guys?
And it's been a year, hasn't it?
It has been a year. Good God, has it been a year?
I know. All of the Instagram memes of like, the year was like January, like fast forward, and now we're in December. Yep. That's how it feels.
That's basically it. Let's pour one out for
New
2025.
Jobs, old jobs, engagements. We've had the lot, haven't we?
Yes. I know. Big life changes that no one saw coming that are amazing, but didn't have any of this on my bingo card.
But we're still smiling. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yes, we
Yes.
are.
Right.
Yes,
I've
we
still
are.
got Grinch mouth.
We're
Right,
here
huh?
Where
to
do we
save
want to
the
start?
day with if you need a last minute appetizer for that party that you forgot, don't forget Dan's favorite Grinch fur.
Grinch for the win. Ryan, I think the last time we spoke to you, you were going to go on a road trip in the Genesis.
I was going to go on a road trip. So, where does the time go? Because we've had nothing but guest shows since that happened. But big ups, as they say, for the Genesis GV70. It's a hell of a thing. A lot of car for the money. It was a wonderful companion for the journey. And then I've got another journey coming up for Christmas, and Toyota, they've been kind enough to provide me the car we all lusted after at the LA Auto Show. Do you recall?
Wait.
The
Toyota
Crown Signia.
The Crown sedan or station wagon.
This is the
crossover.
station wagon that no one knows exists, including myself, until I saw it at the LA Auto Show. I had driven the sedan when that was new at a press day, but I didn't even know that this wagon existed. And the reason why is because they are marketing it as a crossover, as an SUV. Wagon is nowhere to be found on the website. And then all saw, to bring this back to Genesis, that new wagon that they've introduced, or that they've announced, I guess, is supposed to be coming out. People are losing their collective shit. And yet Toyota has a station wagon of their own that maybe isn't quite as cool, but it's still pretty cool. And it's got a great interior, and it's available now. And so I get one for Christmas to drive to the Twin Cities for the holidays. And so thank you, Toyota. I'm looking forward to that.
Fantastic.
How many hours behind the wheel did you do in the Genesis, and was it comfortable?
It was wonderful. It's about 2,000 miles when all was said and done. We drove through record winds the whole way there. We stopped at some incredible roadside attractions along the way. You'll have to see my auto blog article for more.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a really fantastic thing. It's like 360 horsepower or something. So, all the power you'd ever want, great through weather. As you see in the article, I had some struggles with the Bang & Olufsen sound system and dialing it in. But other than that, the car was damn near perfect for a family road trip. And hoping the Toyota is a similar kind of thing.
Well, you'll be definitely
not bad.
comparing, like it's a very similar comparison, and you're doing the same, you're doing another long road trip in it. So it'll be you'll be able to really compare. And,
and in fact,
360 horsepower is enough to terrorize the Iowa drivers.
It is, yeah. And in fact, there is a four-cylinder version as well, and that's maybe a closer analog to the Crown, because even though there is a six-cylinder hybrid in the sedan, the wagon, for whatever reason, only comes as the four-cylinder hybrid. So I guess this is more of a comparison with the lower level GV70. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I like these drives. Like you said, it's been a hell of a year, and there's really no opportunity to check out like there is on a 12 or 14 hour road trip. So
That's true.
It'll be fun.
And Lindsey, I hear there's a story about valets, but I want to know more.
I can't wait to tell you guys. So it's a pretty quick story, but I've been thinking. So this happened. I valeted the X3 last weekend.
Manual X3.
The manual X3, yes, that's key to the story. So
This was
it
a thing,
friend-
a manual X3. In case you're listening and you don't know, this was very much a thing when the X3, first generation, second generation?
First gen, they only did the manual in 07 and 08.
Okay.
Yeah. So mine is a manual. And anytime I valet it, I always check with the valet because they don't expect it to be a manual. Not everybody can drive a manual anymore, whatever. But I was meeting some friends and I had gotten stuck behind somebody going 20 in a 35. So I was more delayed than I wanted to be. And I was, racing to get in and threw the keys. Didn't stop to ask the guy whether he could drive a manual. And I made it just inside the door of the restaurant. I was giving him my coat and the guy came back in the restaurant. He's like, ma'am, would you mind stepping outside? And I was like, oh, he can't drive a manual. And I was laughing at myself. I forgot to ask him. So we're walking back out and he said, yeah, I didn't realize it was a manual. And I said, I always check and I meant to and just forgot. And he goes, yeah, my toe fell off. So I can't drive a manual right now. And he goes, but if you can back it right in here. I'll help you. And in my haste to get that taken care of and join my party, I didn't really pause on that. And I kind of laughed like, that's a funny way to say I can't drive a manual.
Right.
So I backed the car in. He came over to thank me again. He's like, I'm so sorry. And I was teasing him. I said, does this mean I get a discount since I parked my own car? And he said, yeah. He said, I don't know how this works, but you get to keep your keys. And I said, great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Happy to do it. And as I got out of the car, he started to say again, yeah, I can't drive a manual right now. And I said, did you say that your toe fell off? And he said, yeah, I lost 2 toes. And I looked at him and I realized he's not kidding. It wasn't a throwaway. It wasn't a funny way of saying anything. And I'm like, all right, I have time to get the story. So I said, what do you mean your toes fell off? They came off. And he said, oh, frostbite, but it's fine. I just can't put pressure on my foot for right now. And I'm like, I might just skip the whole dinner because I need the story. I have to find out what happened. And he was so nonchalant about it, and I was looking at him.
Was he a ski bro or something? What was his, what was his angle? Or homeless? How did he get frostbite so bad that his toes fell
And he
off?
he was a young guy.
Huh.
He wasn't really volunteering much, so I didn't pry beyond confirming that he wasn't kidding when he said his toe fell off. But so that is definitely the strangest reason that a valet has not been able to park the car.
Yeah.
To date.
You could validate this by the flip-flops he was wearing.
Yeah, do you think it was embarrassment? I can't drive stick, but I can't tell them I can't drive stick. So I'm just going to make a story up that I lost toes.
Well, we were talking about it at the table because I told everybody later, I'm like, you guys have to hear this story. This is why I was even later joining you, because this was unfolding at the front door of the restaurant. And people started going like, same thing. Like, do you think maybe he just didn't want to admit that he can't? So he came up with this story where he's like, what can I say where nobody will question me? They will feel empathy for me.
Right.
You know, so it'll take the sting out of you have to park your own car for somebody that might get frustrated about that.
Yeah.
You know, it was wild. And I mean, I'm always happier parking my own car anyway.
Sure.
So,
of course.
you know, I would never wish that on anyone. But yeah, I walked back in the restaurant just kind of like, what just happened?
Well, he didn't say I lost my toes or, you know, they just fell off.
Well, that's why when he first
Body
said
parts
it and
do,
we were
I
in
guess.
the shuffle of like
Yeah.
getting it sorted out and getting the car actually parked, I didn't really pause on it because I'm like, that's such a funny thing. Toes don't generally just fall off, you know, like they're not generally detachable on their own without something. So it was so funny. I went like, oh, haha.
Yeah.
And then I thought, no, like that's also a very odd thing to say if that's not what's going on.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Shout out to the band King Missile, who had a song about a detachable body part many years ago.
I was
They
thinking
wouldn't
about that same
toes.
song. Yes, for those of a certain era, they will enjoy the reference. And if you don't know, just search "detachable song."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, a very
Right.
nonchalant protagonist in the song. So
Yeah, for dealing with what he was dealing with, the unfolding of that story and how he lived his life was fascinating. I mean, at one
but
point,
he put it back on.
he did. He would wash it and put
Yeah.
it back on. I like the part when he finds it on a blanket next to a toaster, and
Like at a
he has
flea
to
market.
pay.
Yeah.
He has to buy it back, takes it home, washes it, and puts it back on.
Dan,
Like,
you know
this-
this
No
song?
idea what you're talking about.
So, are you in for a treat when we're done recording? You get to go look this up, or I will send it to you if I remember. But it was like, was
Yeah.
it mid '90s, Ryan, or
It was
before that?
93 because it was the one year I worked at a college radio station and it was in heavy rotation because,
That's
you know,
hilarious.
there had never
Yeah.
been a song like that before that point and probably
No.
never will again.
Coming
Well, and
soon
you're
to
right.
that car show playlist.
Right.
King Missile.
I'm so glad
top
you
tip
knew the
of the
band
day.
name because as we were talking,
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, there was one other time I have been hearing about a detachable body part, but I couldn't think of the band.
Speaking of, what's on your head, Lindsay?
This
If you
is
can't- if
because
you're
it's
not
our
watching.
holiday show.
That's right.
So these
That's
are
right.
an antler. I have an antler headband with ears and some bells and holly and garland, actually, now that I'm looking at it. And I have a Christmas tree sweatshirt on, but you can't see it. And these antlers are determined to fling themselves off my head. So we'll see how long they last.
Also,
Ryan
may
is
be-
in normal attire.
Right.
well, come on, give me a little credit here. This could
No,
be
you look
office
very
Christmas
festive.
party or
Totally.
drunk uncle. So this was a gift. This is, I don't know how you pronounce this. It's one of the Glens. It's a Scotch.
Glenn
it is-
Morangi.
Glenmorangie.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to get it
Yeah.
wrong. This is from friend of the show, Dan McGinnis. So I'm going to
Nice.
open this up tonight and drink this. So either office Christmas party or drunk uncle. But I'm
I
in a
love it.
tie and I'm drinking Scotch. So cheers.
Festive
we go.
pie. Yes.
For the win.
I
For
know.
the
Well, Dan McGinnis is the best. That's amazing. That's an awesome
he's a
gift.
champ. Yes, a gentleman.
And he let you drive his recently modified car?
Guys, and now I was afraid this was going to happen. So if you're listening, you probably know I have a 718 GT4. Well, Dan, if you're listening, you probably know Dan has what's probably the highest mileage 718 Spider in the country. He's got,
Yeah.
I think, 103 XXX thousand.
Well, and it just
or
keeps ticking
miles,
up
yeah.
too.
Yeah, yeah, and he on his original clutch, which is kind of crazy, and he drives the snot out of that car. But anyway, he figured maybe it was time for a clutch. Apparently, he didn't even need a clutch, but he decided this is a good time to do the SharkWorks re-gearing. So if you know the 718
Yes.
cars, you know that they're geared very long, so you can do 58 or whatever in first gear, right? And it's kind of like that throughout the rev range. So SharkWorks, and then there's another, I think it's Demand out on the East Coast.
Yep.
Offer well, they do a couple of things. They do a engine conversion if that's your thing, but really more importantly, they do this re-gearing, and so they gear the gears so they're much more natural, right? So no matter where you are as you accelerate, you're in the power band, and It's awesome. It's awesome. So he had a new clutch put in. He had this re-gearing done, and then they put a lighter flywheel in at the same time, and it's magic. It has ruined me for anything else, including my own 718, because
I was going to ask.
it is that good. Now it's like tens of thousands of dollars to do this, and so you have to ask yourself, is it worth it? It might be. It's that good, and it just transforms an already amazing car into something that's just sublime. And I just, God, it was good. It was just so good. So if you ever have the chance, I mean, Matt Farah has this. I don't know if he has Sharkworks. He may have the Demand.
He did the Demand one. Yeah.
The engine and the gearing. And
yeah. I was told to look into Sharkworks years ago for the GT3, and I remember balking at the price tag, but it sounds like it's worth it.
It might be. And then you're out without your car for like 2 or 3 months, right? Well, they get it all together and they ship things back and forth and stuff. But it is so good. It feels like you're driving. We're at altitude here, right? Denver's 5280. We only go up from here, and so it feels like you are driving the car at sea level, right? But it's better than that, right? It's just tighter and it was just so good. And Dan's Dan, so his car is aligned just so with the exact, right toe in and all this kind of stuff. And it's just that may have been the best car I've ever driven, the best sports car I've ever driven.
Holy
with
moly.
those mods.
Wow, that's big price.
That good. So someday when my ship comes in,
right,
I'm going to stop
straight
drinking and spend my money instead on
it's a lot cheaper than a Carrera GT.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, to be honest,
would you have one over a Carrera GT?
And then the balance in my bank account, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Oh, wow.
100%.
High praise.
Again, the only word is sublime. It's just fantastic. And you wouldn't think that such a small thing would make such a big difference, but it also kind of pisses you off that Porsche didn't just make the car like that, right?
Yeah.
So there's that.
Well, they're creating jobs, so they're investing in the economy by creating this opportunity for Sharkworks to step in.
That's right. That's what it is.
I
just, if you ever get the chance,
drive it.
Yeah.
I don't want to drive it because that means you'll know what you're missing, right?
Well, that's it. The three of us have this car, basically.
Right.
Manual transmission, 718s with the 4-liter 6.
Or mine's a 981.
But I mean, and they do the gearing for both models. And I mean, it really is that good. I mean, it might upset you.
Okay, Dan, don't come anywhere near me with that car.
Yeah, it's the mod whose name you dare not speak.
Right.
It's that good.
But it's a toss-up because also if somebody's going to throw you their keys, far be it from any of us to turn that down, right?
Yeah. Also, you guys in convertibles, I think you got it figured out.
Yeah.
I've even cross-shopped a Spider or a Cab or Boxster or whatever. I just, and we took that car out and it was just like the perfect weather day, It was just perfect.
Nice.
So.
Dan, do you find that you leave your top down a lot on the car?
I do, but my car's not being driven at the minute.
Yeah.
It's got a license plate back on it.
Well, it's not on it yet. I went to the UK for a week, and when I came back, someone had stolen my license plates. Can you believe it?
That car show is brought to you by Sheffield Watches. Sheffield is the storied watchmaking brand that was revived a couple of years back by our good friend Jay Turkbus, and it's seen wild success in both the car and watch enthusiast communities. Sheffield offers a wide selection of watches, many inspired by the iconic designs of its 1960s dive models, most notably the one that Jay's parents gave him in 1970, which ignited his lifelong passion for watches. Sheffield watches are high quality, reasonably priced, and a great value. Sheffield has truly become the car guy and car gal's watch of choice. Order your Sheffield watch at SheffieldWatches.com. Give them a follow on the gram at Sheffield_allsport_watches and tell them that car show sent you.
Do you think it was for the registration stickers? Because you didn't have a personalized plate, right?
No, I think it was for the license plate frame.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
So I've got had an 1199 license plate frame, which for those not in the know, there is an amazing charity called the 1199 Foundation. And if you contribute to that charity, you get a license plate to say that you have a frame. and in theory, all the funds go to fallen officers. Not in theory, in reality, all the funds go to fallen officers of the California Highway Patrol. And those things are quite hard to come by. They look at your driving record and all that sort of stuff. So the cheat code is probably to steal it. So it's probably on eBay somewhere. I do have new license plates through fault of my own, kind of. I spent almost a day at the DMV this week.
Oh, no.
So the first thing I did is I went to AAA. Those not familiar, AAA is a drivers members club. It's been around for, I think, over 100 years. And they're able to do licensing in many ways, shapes and forms.
Yeah.
But what I found out is the only thing they can't do is replacement license plates for stolen plates.
Of course.
Of course not.
The one thing you need help with.
Yeah, so I then went to the DMV. I lined up. Very nice people. They told me I didn't have 2 forms of ID on me. So I then had to go home, come back with the passport, and then line up again. So I think by about 2 o'clock, I had license plates in my hand. I just need to get them fitted to the car now. But yeah, so in answer to your question, it's not been driven much at all with the top down or the top up.
God, yeah.
Right. Yeah, the top is
that
irrelevant
sucks.
at the moment.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was Sia all day long.
It's I mean, the good news is that it appears they haven't damaged the car, right? That would be the worst.
Yeah.
If they damaged the
That
car.
would be
They just
insult to
haven't, like,
injury for sure.
No
but it happened
cameras in
my
this garage?
apartment block. Not in the garage, unfortunately.
Oh, jeez.
So ongoing investigations, apparently. So we will see. Let's talk about a more fun topic. Have you guys seen what is I think the best YouTube video of the year, which is the Gymkhana with Travis Pastrana in Australia?
Yeah.
So I have not seen it yet, but I have been seeing your messages about it. So I want to hear your take on it, and then I will be watching it with that.
Lindsey, if there was a naughty step, you'd have to go and stand on it right now, because it's
There
just
is coal. Yeah.
Dan
Yes,
Super
Cole
Nanny
Franklin.
Pilling. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, Doubtfire or whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah. Well, they
so
were
this
both
is-
British, so.
Well, Scottish. Let's not. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Super Nanny was British, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. From the British Isles, would you accept
The
that?
British Isles. That will work nicely. So Ken Block obviously had a history of creating these videos that were called Gymkhana.
Yeah.
And in essence, they were celebrations of tire shredding and, seeing what you could do with cars. And Ken was a master, and he would be able to put cars in positions that, would be a first take. And obviously when we lost Ken, Travis Pastrana took over.
Yeah.
And I think last week they launched the latest video in the series of Gymkhanas. Travis is down under. He is sporting a big moustache, and he is in a Subaru Brat. Do you guys remember the Subaru Brat?
I do. And I remember you got to spend some time with Travis before he went to film this, right?
Yeah, the funniest thing in that was I spent the day with Travis driving him around LA back in August. The funniest thing was he told me in the car that he was doing this new Gymkhana, but he said it was top secret and he couldn't tell me where it was going to be. And then towards the end of the day, we bumped into a friend of Travis's at one of the events I was driving him to. And at the end of their conversation, his friend went, "I'll see you next week in Australia." So I was like, so that's where it's going to be.
Nice.
So through no fault of his own, you found out.
No. So this video is just so beautifully shot. That's the first thing. It's, it's a masterpiece. I shared it with some friends of mine the other day who are not car people, and they were stuck to the screen. They were watching it and just couldn't look away. So that's my first takeaway, is that it's just visually stunning. So that's the first one. The second one is the Brat. So they took the Brat to, and those not familiar, the Brat is a pickup, a 2-door pickup that has 2 seats in the back to get around the chicken tax. And we didn't really have the chicken tax, but from what I understand, the chicken tax was that America was selling too many chickens to Europe, and in return they put a tax on trucks. So American trucks and other trucks were being taxed heavily. So to get around that, by putting 2 seats in the back, it was no longer a truck. Is that right?
Yeah, it was to make it not a truck, quote unquote.
Yeah, and let's just qualify this. It's very small, right? It's like a car.
Right.
It's like it's more like a mini El Camino than a truck, right?
Yes.
It's a tiny thing. It's a tiny thing, a sporty looking thing.
Yeah.
But I do remember all like the cool, people of a certain age when I was younger driving those around, and I just thought those were the coolest thing, right? Those two little like seats and with like grab handles, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just such a weird thing. Yeah.
So they've previously done the Hugster, which is like the little wagon. They've done an Air Slayer, and this time round the Brat got the treatment of Vermont sports car racing. And if you're not familiar with Vermont, those guys turn cars into rally cars or hill climb cars, and they took the car and they applied a lot of magic to that car. One of the first opening scenes, and I won't ruin the video for everyone, they've got to go watch it, but one of the opening parts of the scenes, Travis takes on a river crossing. And later in the video, someone else takes on a river crossing, and there's two very different outcomes. So, the car is fantastic. The visuals are fantastic. Some of the scenes, there's one scene where there is a jump and the camera pans to the inside, and floating is the sunglasses and the hat. And they're just floating in the scene. It's just beautifully shot. It's funny because when Ken was around, Ken tried to do a Hoonigan in Australia, and the government of Australia said no. So I guess it's a good testament to his legacy that they recognised how important, the series is now and said yes.
Yeah.
Well, and there was something, maybe it was in the lead up or when they went to start filming this. I think Brian Scotto posted something he shared about when they had tried to do the initial one in Australia and the permits were denied or whatever the issue was. They made that into their marketing campaign because I can't remember where they ended up shooting it. But when they released it, they're like, it was, too big for Australia was the slogan basically. And they just leveraged it into a funny story and made that the whole campaign. So, Australia seems to have noticed.
Yeah, taking notice.
It's a must see. It's really, really well done to your point, Dan. And I don't know how they keep topping themselves. But they do.
Right.
And in a world of CGI and and AI and all that, I mean, this still like captures your attention. Again, I don't want to ruin too much, but that Brat looks awesome. It looks better than any RWB Porsche, I'll tell you that. And there is a scene where they are sliding it on a pier, and the tail end of the car it's like a rail slide on a skateboard, right?
Yeah.
And it's just phenomenal. Like the skill set. And just the giant balls that man has, that combination makes for some absolutely wonderful viewing. Absolutely recommend it. 2 thumbs up. And just really, really well done. Beautifully shot. And just, I don't know, you think you're a good driver, and then you watch something like that, and you realize how much you have to learn, right? Wow. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Well, maybe I'll make that one of the movies for family movie night over the holidays.
It's 20 minutes or something, right? And if that, right? It's a quick.
It's really good.
It's a good one.
Really good. So hats off to everyone involved in that.
Yes.
They've done a great job.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
So next year is 250 years of America. It's also 100 years of Route 66. So the first car company that's really kind of celebrating that is Chevrolet. And they've already announced some special editions for next year called the Chevy Stars and Steel editions. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Yeah, I've read about it.
Yeah.
Polarizing? What do we think?
I'm not sure if I love the idea of celebrating these milestones. It sort of feels like a bit of a marketing ploy to sell cars because it sounds like the only difference is the package is not a performance package. It's just cosmetic, if I'm understanding correctly.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. And if you're a Chevy enthusiast and a patriot and, all of that, I could see the appeal. I'm just curious how big the audience actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I'm just looking here. It looks like they did it in 1974.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, this is the modern version of something they've done before.
And it's available in five models.
Okay. Now, Stars and Steel is not a good name. Let's start with the name.
Let's start there.
Is that like a Jackie Collins book?
Dan, Dan, hand me your Grinch mask. All right, I'm gonna rant.
It's a Jackie Collins book back in the days when the covers were actually like oil paintings instead of AI generated.
Right. Yeah. The Grinch knows what's up. I'm not a fan of this kind of crap. I'm just gonna come out and say it. First of all, it was a very different America 50 years ago when we were celebrating our bicentennial. We're a much more divided country in 2025. I don't think the celebration has quite the same zing, right? Stars and Steel, to your point, Lindsey, just sort of seems like a grab. I don't know. Just wrapped up in patriotism. And give me a little something extra, right? Give me.
Yeah, I kept reading. I'm like, okay,
power.
and they get suspension, and it has a horsepower boost, or anything. Yeah, I don't know. Again, just like Porsche is creating jobs by leaving this, opportunity for SharkWorks, maybe Chevy is trying to unite the country, or GM, with this new package that they'll be offering next year.
Right, it's a unifying thing. It's like hands across America.
Yeah, exactly. That was the
really
proposal.
Want to go back. Now, listen, the three of us, Dan, you didn't grow up in the States, but Lindsey, you and I we grew up in that era of let's slap some stickers on a car and make now it's special, right?
Right.
So I think I'm just so cynical about that kind of stuff. And I don't know if they looked better, but it's just an appearance package, and I don't know. The more things change, the more things stay the same, I guess.
I'm sort of side-eye about stuff that's solely an appearance package. Like, it has to be really special for me to not sort of be like, it's not for me. There has to be some differentiation. I think partly because they're going to try and charge a premium, I would assume. And it's really, at the end of the day, is for some decals or paint. I think it's stickers. I don't know. Not
Sounds
for me.
like it's 2 thumbs down from that car show.
Dan's all over it though, right?
Yeah, Dan, what's your thought?
You've got an order on one? Is that
guess
right?
I'll cancel my pre-order.
You get tickets to, I don't know, whatever the latest country and western festival is, free as well. You don't, but that would be a good idea, Chevy.
Maybe it'd be worth it.
I was going to say, that's how they're going to...
Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the gauntlet is now laid down. Ford, you can do better. Let's see what you can do to celebrate 250 years of America.
That's right.
Ford always does better, right, Lindsey?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There we go.
No question. Yeah, you heard it here.
We need more happy cars in our lives, and Fiat are going to come to the rescue with one.
Yes.
Did you guys see this article?
Yeah.
They're so cute. And I saw them, I first saw them in France at the beginning of the year, and I'm so excited to hear they're going to be here.
Yeah. It's a cute little thing. I mean, that's what it is. It's a cute little thing, and I hope they sell. And that's the kind of car we need, right? I mean,
that's right.
A little more cheer. We need a little more.
I think. Did we step on the name? It's the Fiat Topolino, which always makes me think of Mama Topolino in Cars 2, too. Yeah, and it means Topolino means little mouse, and I don't know that it looks like a mouse, but I guess I was surprised to read in the article that it's more on par with a Moke, which, if you know what that is, it's kind of like, it's like a modern thing almost, like car-esque, but I think it's a lower horsepower vehicle. So there was some discussion in the article about whether it's allowed on the freeway. But they really do, like when I first saw one on the street, I'm like, this looks pretend. I don't know what this is.
Is this something you'd want to take on the highway? Like I'm looking up the horsepower now.
I would not.
Do you know how many horsepower this car has?
It doesn't say, but it does say that it will unlikely exceed 30 miles an hour.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it has 8. It has 8 horsepower.
Wow.
8 whole horsepower.
My lawnmower has 5. And I push it.
We know that Italian horsepower aren't always thoroughbreds.
No. 8 electric horsepower, guys.
And it will do less than 50 miles on a charge.
I mean, it beats a golf cart, right? Or does it?
Yeah, I mean, if you look, like if that, especially if it's like on par with a Moke and a golf cart, really, if you looked at it, you were going to use it that way, then it's kind of a fun thing, but it's certainly not a primary vehicle, I guess, at least in my mind.
Yeah, it puts a smile on your face, and that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah. You know what also put a smile on faces would be me and you trying to fit in the thing, Dan.
Yeah.
There's our Christmas card for next year.
Shotgun.
Right. That's the show Christmas card. Is that our gimmick for next year? Is like, what tiny cars can we make you guys try and get into?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I saw somewhere that the LFG from Myers Manx won Car of the Year. Yeah. I don't know where I saw that. I'll have to look it up. But on the flip side, that is a car I would definitely go for a spin in.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny because in theory, those they're in the same category. You could argue they are. But I think, you wouldn't take the Topolino off-road. You wouldn't take a Moke off-road. Like the Myers Manx cars are infinitely more capable, but still.
Well, that LFG has 600 horsepower.
I was going to say, yeah.
Right.
So this was a table by Classic Driver, and it was ranked number 1 as the coolest car of 2025.
Okay.
And I witnessed this car at Willow Springs. I think, Lindsey, you were there as well.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the day, and if you've not been to Willow Springs, it's obviously a track out in the desert. But there's a big, I guess it's not quite a mountain, but a big hill in the background. And at the end of the day, Richard Tuthill got in this thing and just put it up the mountain. Let's say it's a mountain.
Yeah, I was going to say, it counts as a mountain.
Yeah, this thing was impressive. So, but again, another car that puts a smile on your face, and we need more of those.
Absolutely.
You're absolutely 100%. Right.
Yeah, very good. Should we do some Secret Santa?
We should.
That Car Show is proud to partner with Drake Motorcars. Drake Motorcars is Denver's premier destination for exactly the kinds of vehicles that we like here at That Car Show. Think Velocity Broncos, Audi RS6s, Acura NSXs, and air-cooled Porsches. You can see their complete and constantly changing inventory at DrakeMotorcars.com and check out their amazing online reviews from all across the country. But our friends at Drake need your specialty car too. A sign of a good business is when there are more customers than inventory. So reach out to Drake too if you've got a great enthusiast car that just doesn't get driven like it used to. Find out more at DrakeMotorcars.com and let them know you heard about them on That Car Show.
So in honor of our partner, Drake Motorcars, I thought what we would do is do a bit of a round of Secret Santa, and I've asked the guys to pick one car from their current inventory list, and that's not an easy thing to do because the inventory list seems to keep moving. I guess they're selling lots of cars this time of year.
Right.
Stuff.
But pick
People
one.
are buying presents.
Yeah, and I'm a size pre-runner if anyone's asking. Pick one present for each of us and justify your decisions. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first because you just unintentionally segued into my choices, and I'm also feeling very good about my choices.
Interesting.
Yes. So for Ryan, I went with the 2000 Acura NSX, which is currently listed on their site for just under 160,000. Because I feel like we talked about those recently. Yeah. I think it was because there's a company that's bringing them back and doing like a bit of a resto mod, and we were talking about would you take that or the original, and since this is an original, I was like, that looks like Ryan's size. We'll go with that. And please excuse the chorus in the background here.
It's got the Type R thing going on, right? The white over white.
Comptech
Supercharger,
only, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's funny because it was at the top of the list on the website when I looked, and I'm like, well, I can't go with the first one, so I had to look at the whole list, and then I came back to that. I'm like, nope, that's the one I'm picking for Ryan. Yeah, and then I don't know if in your families we try to equalize the the gift value. So
yeah, very important.
So again, when I was looking at the list, I'm like, all right, so what stands out to me for Dan? And it's hilarious that you just said pre-runner because what I landed on was the 1965 Ford F100 pre-runner.
It's so cool.
And I've decided it's now an annual journey for you at a minimum, is your trek to SEMA off-road.
Yes.
It was like, this is what he needs. And I'm declaring that you now are going every year doing that. And since the truck was only about half the cost on the site of the one that I chose for Ryan, I'm like, Dan also gets the 1979 BMW 528i, which is listed for about $60,000 on their site. I just thought that was something unique. You don't see those too often. I think the crew at Spikes has a 5 Series around that vintage, and they've been raving about it. So I was like, all right, Dan gets 2. I spent the same on both of you. Everybody's happy.
That's very cool, Lindsay. Nicely done.
Thank you.
Ryan, are you happy with the choice?
I'm pretty happy with that. I really like that car very much. It's a good looking thing. I have a whole new appreciation for NSX. Apparently, at the exact same time the rest of the world does too, and prices are going up. But this
That's
car
how you know you're on the right track.
That's right. This car solves the one problem too that I maybe have with the NSX, and that needs a little more power. So there you go. Well,
there you go.
If I could go next, Lindsay, there's really only one choice for you, and that's the 1966 Ford Bronco, but it's a Velocity Bronco.
I saw that.
So that also solves the problem of not enough horsepower. And I've seen this truck in person. Right. It's a beautiful thing. So Velocity is kind of like Singer for Broncos, and and they have this beautiful green over tan model. It's got a Coyote engine in it, and it's just I'm sure it drives like all get out. But that's the only choice. What else could I get here for you? I mean, there's that 2012 Accord with 29,000 miles, but
I kept coming back.
This is the one for you. So
I know I kept coming back to the Accord and going like, how do I work this in like for one of you guys? But I just couldn't make it work.
It might be the world's nicest extant 2012 Honda Accord, but
it's a beautiful red metallic. It like as an example, if that's what you're looking for, it looked beautiful.
Yeah.
One owner.
And Dan, for you, there is only one option, and that is maybe I'm projecting here, the 2008 Ferrari 430 Scuderia. It is a beautiful black car, no racing stripes. I've been in one of these cars, and they're fantastic. I just love everything about them. They're, the naked doors, right? The door panels and this kind of thing, and the aluminum floors and everything. It's just, it's an awesome vehicle. And that would be what I would choose for you, Dan. But I do know now that that's a little pricier than what I chose, for Lindsay. Is it? Yeah, so I owe you $150,000, Lindsay, and in that case, I'll bridge the gap with a 2024 F-150 Raptor just to complete the Ford Showcase Showdown package for you. So
nicely done,
Dan. What do you have?
Everyone's happy. Well, Ryan, for you, I'd pick the Mini just because I wanted to see you drive.
So without even knowing that we were going to make you guys get into tiny cars, you chose the Mini. That's amazing.
This is a 1962 Mini. I don't know what the Innocenti is. Do you guys know?
I don't.
I've heard this about Minis. So I don't know. I mean, it makes me think there's some sort of Italian, business going on. Was it maybe sold through an Italian dealership, or was it? I
don't know. It says it's been fully restored.
It looks beautiful.
Okay. An Innocenti Mini is an automobile introduced by Innocenti in 1974. So I'm wondering if it was like a licensed, it was a licensed manufacturer of the Mini built in Italy.
Yeah.
So even worse
first,
build quality.
An Italian company would license from a British company.
Yeah.
Now we just have more questions.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it, and you could do your best Mr. Bean impression.
I've driven one. I've driven a classic Mini with right-hand drive, manual, and all this, and I really enjoyed it. But I was like this the whole time. It was, it was not the most comfortable position, but
interesting.
Cool cars for sure.
And Lindsay, I was going to go with the same choice as Ryan.
I get two vintage Broncos.
Instead, I thought I would go for the America Roadster, the 911, which is obviously a 964.
Yes.
And I think in the summer you would rock that car.
I kept looking at that one too, because as you're holiday shopping, of course, you find things for yourself. So excellent choice. Right. And that's a pretty good 2-car solution. I like it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So there we go. Everyone's happy.
DrakeMotorcars.com. Find your own.
That's right.
What we've been talking about. Shall we get in the Doc's DeLorean again and get back in time?
Let's do it.
So I was thinking, because we did such a good episode with the folks at Mercedes Classic, that this time around we would go with Mercedes. So the idea here is that you've got the Doc's time machine from Back to the Future, and you can go back to any moment in time. But in essence, the moment in time that you go back to has to be peak for the manufacturer that we pick. So this time around, we've picked Mercedes-Benz. Who wants to go first on what is peak Mercedes-Benz?
I can go. I think so. I ended up going with, because I was thinking about what we talked about with Nate and, you know, the different cars that they have at the Classic Center. I ended up going with, I would go back to 1957 because I would love to see the specific 300 SL Roadster that was at the Classic Center that had come out of the Rudy Klein auction. I would love to see that car at the dealership and kind of, I guess, maybe cheat a little bit and follow its life until it ended up at Rudy Klein's junkyard, because that would answer so many questions.
What were those cars when new? What did they cost when new? What was a new Roadster going back in the day in today's dollars? I'm guessing it was around $100,000, but that's just a guess.
I think Dan's going to check with our research assistant on that.
I'm asking our research department as we speak.
Yeah. And
so
it just,
it's thinking. Oh, sorry, they are thinking. So the Gullwing Coupe would have been listed at just under 7,000.
Okay.
But by the end of their production run, so obviously they improved the brakes and stuff at the end, they would have been under $9,000.
All right. What is that in 2025 money?
So let's.
It is.
We have more questions for the department.
Wait, is this right? That was an $800,000 car, or the equivalent of back then? $7,000 in 1957 had the same buying power as approximately $807,000 to $810,000 now. That seems way too high.
I've got here adjusted. It says 95,000.
Okay, that sounds more.
That's
See, kids, you can't believe everything you read on the internet. So 95,000. I mean, that's you're going to spend more on an SL now, but it's in the ballpark, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that tracks. So, but you still had to have some money to buy one back then. They weren't giving them money.
Not everybody was picking one up.
Yeah. When they were all painted white and had a red interior, according to Nate. But yeah. What else was in the lineup though at that time? There was, is it the Ponton, the sedan?
Could have been. I don't know. I was just so focused on the Roadster, I didn't look.
I mean, that's, so you could have gotten the, let's see, the 300 SC Cabriolet, the 180 sedan, which is nothing to write home about. But that would have been like the C-Class of the era, right? Yeah, I mean, it was really all about the Gullwing in 57, right? Or at least the Roadster.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like with so many of the cars that we talk about, the full impact or, significance wasn't understood or even present at the time. It's only when we look back. So I think it would be really interesting to see something that is so highly regarded or considered such a big deal now, like see what it was like in period.
Yeah. What about you, Dan? In the same neighborhood?
Well, I'm going to be giving you guys a bit of a story. So I suspected that you would both go for either 50s or 60s. So I thought I would go for something a little bit different. So when this car came out, this is what was playing in the nightclubs in the UK.
Snap the power.
Snap the power.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
the journalists of the time said the following things. Mercedes declaration of war. That was Car Magazine. They said brutal in appearance, but precise in execution. Now, you could argue they were talking about me, but we'll move on from that point. Brutal in appearance, precise in execution. I love that. That's a T-shirt right there.
Even more fitting than for the car. Perfect.
Yeah. The most extreme road car Mercedes has ever built. And Clarkson said, designed by engineers who had stopped caring what the board thought. So
Nice.
This is March 1990.
Yeah.
And this is a DTM bodied road car It is revs over 7,000 RPM. They only made 502 units, and this was the Mercedes-Benz 190e Evolution 2.
Good answer.
So yeah, so that was
Excellent
my
answer.
peak Mercedes. It's I am a fan of the Gullwing. I think it's the most beautiful car ever made.
Yeah,
But I want a street car.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
a great
that's
answer.
true.
That
But
car
we
just
haven't
still
heard
looks so
Ryan's
badass. That car just still just looks so badass. That is such a
Yeah.
such a thing, right? Such a thing
It's
to
a weapon.
behold.
A weapon, as
It
they
is.
say.
It
Yeah.
is. It is. That big wing and just you didn't even have to be into racing to know what those looked like going around the track, right? Because that imagery is just iconic, and up against M3s, E30s, and whatever else was on the. What else was on the track at that time? Like I feel like there were XJ Jaguars, maybe the Tom Wilkinshaw Racing Jags. I don't. Maybe have to cut
It
that
would
out.
mainly
If that's
be
wrong.
the E30s. No, it would be the
E30s.
E30s. The Evos.
Yeah.
They did Evos as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
So
that's
that would
right.
be
The
the
Evo
core.
130.
Yeah.
M3 rather. Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be like Vauxhalls and stuff, but they wouldn't have
Right.
a chance.
Right. Omegas, right? Like the Vauxhall Omega.
The Lotus
right?
Carlton, maybe.
Yeah. Which is another amazing car. That was a damn good era for cars, right? For
Yeah.
sure. Well, I'm somewhere between the two of you, but definitely leaning more toward what Dan said. And for me, the car that's always spoken Mercedes to me, or has always been the Mercedes that just was the most Mercedes of the Mercedes, was the W124. So the Bruno Sacco designed E-Class that came out in 1984. But 84 was an interesting year for Mercedes-Benz because you could get the new E-Class, but I believe you could still get the old E-Class, right? They were transitioning into this car, which was a very different car than the one that came before it, right? You went from round headlights to this, this Autobahn slab of a thing, right? But, you had quite a lineup in powertrains too, right? You had still a lot of diesels. You could get the SEC, right? The big coupe, right? The 190D and the 190E was introduced in 1984 as well. So that was a neat thing. On the rare occasion you see one of those 190Es on the road now, they're tiny. They look impossibly small, right? You could get the 380 SL and the 560 SL, and you could get a Geländewagen in 1984 too. So for me, that was kind of peak Mercedes across the board. A little bit of the old, a little bit of the new, but really ushering in that Bruno Sacco design era, which to me are still my favorite Mercedes-Benz cars. So 1984 for me.
I love how we've each gone for a different date when I thought we were all going to go for the same one.
I know it's pretty diverse actually, which makes it more interesting.
We should flip this game on its end sometime and pick the worst year for a particular mark.
That's a good idea.
I don't know that you can point to a bad year for Mercedes, for example.
Let's
That
get
might
our
even be
audience
tougher.
to challenge us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So in the comments on Instagram, let us know which brand we should go for next, and let us know which era and whether we're going for the best era or the worst era for that brand.
Okay. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
We'll
Yeah.
see
Where
what
do
we
we
can come
go
up
from
with.
here? Because we've done Volkswagen, right? We've done Porsche,
Yep.
and now Mercedes-Benz, right? So where do we go
Well,
from
and we
here?
did Ford, right?
We did Ford.
We did Ford. Yes. Yes.
We're checking them off the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't say like Kia or some bullshit like that. Let's go with the legacy brand, please. So we
I
have a
thought
little
this
bit
was
of
an
a
equal
history to
opportunity
mine.
game. No.
Apparently not. So challenge us, but challenge us with some integrity, please,
Yes. There you go.
is the ask.
Is always said better by the Brit. So.
Yeah. Not that I act with a lot of that integrity stuff, but hey.
Oh, come on. Did you see you in 1990? March of 1990 to be exact.
I think I would have been like 11 or 12.
In the club, listening to Snap the Power,
Yeah.
apparently. So.
Apparently. I think it was like the junior disco, maybe.
Junior disco, Ryan, we didn't grow up correctly.
Not at all.
We were missing out.
You're at the roller
What did
rink.
you guys have? Did you have like formals or something?
Yeah, dances
At 11 or
school.
12, yeah, we had skate parties at the roller rink and dances at school.
But they didn't call them
Yeah.
dances, at least where I was. They were mixers, right? They're there to mix you
Oh.
up, right? Mix-
Well,
Wow.
la-ti-da.
Sounds fancy.
yeah, mixers.
It
Yeah.
sounds very corporate. They were prepping you for post-college work life.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest acclamation at a junior disco was to see how far you could slide on the gym room floor on your knees without ripping your trousers. That was the sign that you could dance.
And how far could you
That's-
slide, Dan?
Oh, yeah, it was immeasurable. Do we want to announce the winner of the book?
Yes, let's do
We
it.
do.
So
Yeah.
last week we obviously had a great episode with two of the editors from the book Ride, and we set a competition on Instagram. Who is the winner?
And the winner is Matthew Fitzpatrick of Denver, Colorado. So he's got his own copy of Ride, the most iconic cars of the silver screen on the way to his house. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and all the rest to you.
All the things. Congratulations.
With a name like Fitzpatrick, I'm guessing he celebrates Christmas.
Right. Feels like a reasonable guess, but at a minimum, Happy New Year.
Or not.
What is the action for Matthew? Do we need him to reach out to us with his address on Instagram?
He doesn't need to do a thing. I already did that and passed his info along to the Ride Guy's publicist, and that book should be on its way. So it's a great book. I'm actually... So one of the things I've learned writing for Autoblog is it's much easier to take a guest that we've had on the podcast and turn it into an article, right? Like I did with Jay Turkbus from Sheffield, than it is to just, write a fresh article, because you can take that transcript and you can turn it into an article pretty easily. But so I am writing an article about Chad Oppenheim and Matt Stone and the Ride book now.
That's
I think
awesome.
That'll be out probably by about the time you hear this. So, yeah.
Wow. Sounds like Lindsay and I need to get a cut of the proceeds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I think we're selling a few copies for him this year, at least doing our best. So congrats, Matt, though.
And congrats on the book as well. It's a
Yeah.
great read, and it's a lovely piece of material, right? And you look at it, and
really
it's a
really
beautiful
is.
piece of work.
Well, and you guys did a great job having them on. It was a fun episode to watch and listen to.
Thanks. Yeah, good dudes. And, I said it before, I'll say it again. I've never met a man who learned to drive a stick when he was a kid on a Lamborghini Countach, but now I have. So,
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely a story there. More of a story.
yeah, good dudes, and definitely enthusiasts like us. So.
What accomplishments, eh? We have Christmas around the corner. I thought it might be interesting to ask around white elephant gifts. So this isn't something we really do in the UK, but from what I understand is you usually set a price and you do gifts for each other based on that price, and it can be a complete shit show, it can be a complete surprise, but it's called a white elephant. I don't know, why is it called a white elephant gift? Do we know?
That's a really good question. I don't know why it's called that, but it's generally you bring a wrapped gift and they're not tagged with anyone specific generally, and you can trade them. And definitely the more entertaining white elephant exchanges are when it gets to be a shit show.
And it's really fun.
Because you can steal them depending on the rules of your gathering or your exchange.
Yeah.
Gifts can be stolen X number of times, and then they're like, whoever steals it on the last time, then it's fixed. But once they start being unwrapped, then people start looking around and going like, well, okay, I want to steal that one. I'm not going to pick a wrapped one. I'm going to go grab what so-and-so got. And then that person goes and picks another wrapped one, and it devolves from there.
Yeah, I think the idea is to retain the best possible gift of the bad gifts that you can while pushing the really terrible stuff off on other people. That's the only reason I guess I can think maybe it's called white elephant. Like, what would you do with a white elephant? Now, a gray elephant, you'd be in business, right? But a white elephant might be kind of sickly, I guess. And it's an elephant, and where are you going to put a white elephant?
Yeah.
So that's my only... We'll do a etymological study on that and come back with the results for the next episode.
In the next episode. Or let us know in the comments. Let us know why it's called a white elephant.
Yes. Or make up some shit.
Wrong answers only,
Yeah, I like that. But we don't have it in the UK. But I thought, what would be a good white elephant gift for a car lover? And I was slightly inspired because I've just watched Dogma. Are you guys familiar with Dogma?
I know the name. I haven't seen it.
So Dogma is a Kevin Smith film. He did Walmart. What did he do? He did not Walmarts. I can't talk. Not Walmarts.
Mallrats. He did Mallrats.
He did Mallrats. He did Chasing Amy. He did Jay and Silent Bob. So this was one of his, I guess, later films. It has all sorts of cameos in it, but it's kind of all around the theme of religion. And it starts at a church where they're announcing a new version of God, and it's this kind of, hey, I'm your buddy God, and he's got a wink, and you look at the poster, you'll see what I mean. But
is this where the Buddy Christ came from?
I think it is where the Buddy Christ came from. So I was wondering whether a dashboard Jesus would be a good white elephant gift.
I mean, it's very in the spirit of White Elephant, actually. Like, that would actually be good. It's because it's sort of the more absurd, the better.
Yeah, on brand, as they say.
Yeah. So Jesus literally is your co-pilot.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Okay.
Bingo. Nailed it.
Yeah. That or dash
drop
cam,
the mic
right?
and go home.
Yeah.
So what else would be a good white elephant gift for car lovers?
So I came up with windshield wipers for your headlights because I think those are just so silly.
Oh, come on. That was like that was character.
Back to Mercedes,
in a certain
isn't it?
era of cars, right? Yeah.
Back to Mercedes. How about eyelashes for your car?
Yeah, that's just tacky.
I think those
the
are
wipers
cute,
were cool.
though.
Yeah. Wipers were a legit status symbol on a car there for a while, right?
I know,
Like
it was a
little
big
coily
deal.
antenna, and yeah. Because think about it, it was just I think Mercedes that had them. Volvo, I had a Volvo back in the day.
It was
had
luxury cars that had them.
Yeah.
I guess, unless you're off-roading, I was having a hard time understanding what the benefit is, other than just being able to say, I have windshield wipers on my headlights. Or I guess they would be headlight wipers on your headlights.
Yeah.
It's to sell more blades.
Yeah.
That's what
It was
it is.
definitely a flex at the time, and I because they didn't do anything in the rain, right? You almost had to have mud or something on the
Yeah.
headlights, which wasn't going to
And
happen in your S class, probably.
No, you're not off-roading those.
Yeah. Trouble prone, I remember. They were never quite right. One was always broken, even when the car was relatively new. It was just unnecessary complication. But that's when cars were interesting, when they had unnecessary complication.
Nice.
And Corinthian leather, apparently.
Yeah.
I love it.
I discovered a whole genre of things that give me that Grinch mask back, Dan. You can Google something called car tables on Amazon, and you will find dozens and dozens of tables intended to use while driving your car or presumably while parked. My favorite is from a company we know and love called Yanzi, named like only an Amazon product can be named.
I get all of my goods from Yanzi, obviously.
Yanzi.
Yeah.
Yanzi.
That's where I've got my gift for you guys for Christmas anyway.
The spectrum of Yanzi gifts. Make it a Yanzi Christmas, guys. But in any case, the one that really caught my eye is their $35.99. It's 10% off on Amazon right now. 2-in-1 steering wheel, organizer, gap filler, foldable carbon fiber look table for laptop, eating food, and writing at the wheel. And I'll share the picture on our video, our Spotify video, or on YouTube.
As you fly down the road.
Yeah, apparently, it just doesn't seem like a very good idea. They've got a mouse on it next to the laptop. I mean, it's for the executive on the go for sure. But I guess what kills me is that it's carbon fiber look. Just in case you had a car table that looked heavy, right? Now you've got one that looks
Heaven
like
forbid.
Yeah, so I just didn't know that this was a thing. It just seems like a very bad idea for a number of reasons. So that's my product for White Elephant, and you've both got one on order. So figured out.
Oh, amazing!
Yeah,
Can't wait.
That's like. Do you guys remember the Bad Idea jeans? I feel like the person that created that was wearing their Bad Idea jeans.
I don't know about the Bad Idea jeans.
I think it was an SNL skit. It's definitely a throwback. People of a certain age will remember. But yeah.
Well, I propose we each get a Yangtze desk, and we do the next episode from behind the wheel of our respective automobiles.
Only if we commit to recording while we're driving, because you have to really experience the table fully, and you can't do that if you're not driving.
That's right.
How does that work with airbags?
I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think
In
you're
a
supposed to be
word,
parked,
no.
but then why do you need it? And
I think what we've
Something
learned tonight
more.
is we don't want Secret Santa presents from each other, but we're happy with the cars.
Well,
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
want. We'll take the Secret Santa ones. We don't want the white elephant ones.
None of the white elephants. That's right.
That's right. That's right. Now, one of you win the lottery, and we can make this dream a reality.
Deal.
Yeah.
Be like the Oprah of Yonzi tables.
You
Do you
get a
remember?
Yahtzee table,
Do you
and
remember?
you
Did
get
you-
a Yahtzee table.
You know the whole thing about that, right? Is then the people had to pay taxes.
No.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah, so,
that was a whole discussion because
yeah.
that was. I think I was in junior high when she started doing that.
Okay.
And as kids, you're like, wait, we got to get our parents on Oprah. You get a free car.
Free car.
And immediately all the parents are like, yeah, and a tax bill.
And do you remember the car that they gave away?
I want to say it was like a Chevy Beretta, but I can't
It was
remember.
close. A Pontiac G6. So everyone in the audience got a G6. But the thing is, some people got coupes, some people got sedans. There was a convertible, if you may remember.
Yeah, I did a road trip in the convertible once
Did you really?
in California. Yeah.
Huh.
Went to Yosemite and all sorts.
Huh.
Wow. So
What do you
Ryan,
remember about the car?
was it
It
based
wasn't
on?
given to me by Oprah, I can tell you that.
Well, then what's the point? Was it based on like dealer availability? Like, how did they decide?
I think
as
it was
opposed
just
to all the same.
a Pontiac promo, and you can see where that got Pontiac, right? But someone's submitting Pontiac for our best year of right
Yeah,
now.
they're like, ha.
Yeah. Probably,
Well,
probably
show
need to go
them.
back to the 60s for that one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some sort of GTO.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, what have we got coming up? Anything exciting coming up for you guys?
No, hopefully just maybe do some drives over the holidays in the downtime. But yeah, how about you,
Staying
Ryan?
local. Yeah. Well, I'm in the Crown Signia, Toyota SUV, but it's actually a wagon. But when I get these press cars, I can't just keep writing about the same route. So we've got to mix it up this time. So depending on whether we're either going to go north through the Dakotas or south through Kansas and that route. So it'll be a little different, be a little interesting. I'm going to add an hour or two to my family's road trip just for content. So
That's
it'll be
commitment
fun.
to the
It'll be
You're
fun.
like,
isn't
I
it?
love you so
That's
much, and it's going to be fun. Just trust me.
That's
I'll
right.
win a
That's right.
Pulitzer for this one.
Right. Well, that's kind of a fun
that'll
little
be the day.
challenge because you probably wouldn't have changed the route, especially if it adds time to the long drive. But it's a good excuse to do that and kind of see some different areas of the country.
I mean, you think
How
there
will
are?
you decide? How
I
will you
think it'll
decide
come.
whether it's Kansas?
Yeah. I think it'll come down to sort of the weather at the moment.
Yeah.
The Crown Signia does have all-wheel drive, and I'm sure is a good car in the snow. But if it's anything too crazy, we'll probably go south, right, where there's presumably less snow and that kind of thing. So I mentioned that I had this car to a couple of other automotive journalists, and one said, "I low-key love that car." Like I would never say that, right?
That's so funny.
Yeah. But if I could ever pick one, like a used one up at a good price, I would. So anyway, we'll find out. I'll
Interesting.
report back.
So we would call that a guilty pleasure car. So it's a car that you love, but you don't really want to admit to it. So it's a guilty
Yeah.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
So if you start using that as the title for your article, I'm definitely suing.
You get a cut.
you
yeah,
at least
big
want
money.
credit
Yeah.
for coming up with the title.
Yeah, using us
I
for
love it.
titles, using us
Right.
for content. I feel used tonight, Lindsay.
You know, of all the articles I've ever pitched to Autoblog, I've only had one turned down. And do you know what that article was about? I
No.
might cut this out. It's about us. It's about the podcast. It's about you and Dan and me. And this
I'm
little
sure
thing we
excited.
do every Wednesday evening.
He's
Wow.
like, before you guys get too inflated an opinion of yourselves, they were not interested.
I think the self-promotion was just a little too on the nose, but
Right.
But thank you for trying, though. We appreciate the
Right.
efforts of trying.
We
now I
appreciate
just
the effort.
slide the links to the podcast into every
Yeah.
article, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Banned in Australia. It's our version of banned in Australia.
yeah. Just, I think that is probably a show, isn't it, guys?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Well, happy holidays, everyone.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I guess we'll see everybody next year. Like, I don't know that this is the last show of the year, but stay
We got a
tuned
few in the
for
can, so
a big
yeah,
2026 for all of us too.
yeah,
And the
yeah.
show. We've got big stuff ahead for everybody.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good year, a prosperous year for all of us, right?
It is. It
Indeed.
sounds like a fortune cookie. I'll take it.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
You will not lose any toes, and you will have a prosperous new year. That's the fortune cookie.
I know. Well, from all of us here at That Car Show, we wish you a very happy holiday season. And we're so happy that you are with us. We look forward to an amazing year of shows for next year. And remember, always be driving.